More interesting opportunities in this week's top stock pick list. We're going to start with Eric. You've got a regional bank ETF you want us to know about.
Exactly. I'm looking at KRE. It's the Spider Regional Bank ETF. Costs only 35 basis points a year. And this could be a good play based on how well a lot of the regional banks did in their recent stress tests. They're looking pretty good going forward. So I think these could be the better way to play the financial space. You got about 78 stocks in the portfolio, and it's equal weighted, so you only got about 2% in each regional bank. The fund has been performing well so far in 2013, and I look for this to continue, especially if some of the other bigger banks face some troubles based on Europe or any other types of issues.
Okay, Ted, you've got something in the area of long life assets.
Yeah.
You and I have talked about this before. This name still grabs me.
Yeah, Brookfield Infrastructure Partners is the stock. BIP is the ticker symbol. They're actually a limited partnership. But yeah, long life assets, you think of assets obviously with long lives that they depreciate.
Give us a couple of examples.
Okay,
real quick.
so they own utilities, they own transportation, they're in the transportation sector like toll bridges, railroads.
Okay.
They're also in the energy space. And they also own some timberland here in the U.S. But they have global operations. But the main focus is operations with strong, stable cash flows and minimal capital expenditures that tend to appreciate in value over time. So they'll technically take depreciation expense on their books, but the assets are actually rising in value. That's why it's good to look at funds from operation from this stock, not just their earnings per share. And on an FFO basis, they've delivered 8 consecutive positive earnings surprise, including a very solid fourth quarter beat. Analysts revised their estimates significantly higher off the beat for 2013 and 14, sent it to a Zacks rank of 1, which is a strong buy ranking. And of course, with that stable cash flow comes a very solid dividend. They pay a dividend that yields 4.3%. They've increased that at a 14% compound annual rate going back to 2008. And if you look at valuation, it's very reasonable. They trade about 13 times forward earnings. That's in line with their historical average. So good, strong total return potential here. Even if the economy kind of fluctuates, kind of sputters out, this would be a pick to look at.
Okay, Shiraz, you're talking telecom.
Yes, Nokia. Nokia was once the leader in the handset smartphone space. Fell on hard times, still struggling. In fact, we have news today that their market share in China dropped from something like 30% to 3% over the past couple of years. Apple and the Android, particularly driven by Samsung, they have been literally eating Nokia's lunch, probably breakfast and dinner too. But they are coming out in a very determined way, and perhaps more than BlackBerry, they have a chance of reestablishing themselves. They have hitched their wagons to Microsoft. They're now Windows 8 phone operating system. The Lumia branded line was well reviewed and well received in the U.S. They have a good enough offering in the lower priced emerging market space as well. So still a number of issues with the stock and the company, but a good long-term holding. I feel strongly that Microsoft, with its new operating system, which they built from the ground up, has a good shot as establishing itself as the number 3 operating system behind Android and the Apple operating system. I'm even told that the phone by itself is quite long-lived.
I've heard that.
Long life asset.
That's right.
There you go.
So,
There you go. Can't break it, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, thanks for that. And thank you for joining us as well. Don't forget, you can always check out some articles, interesting articles at that these folks write about, or write, I should say, on Zacks.com. If you're not there already watching this video, with everyone here, I'm Terry Ruffalo.